How's it going, my dear friends? It's me, Len256i, or whatever, Lennox. Okay, maybe not. I shouldn't refer to myself as Len256i, seeing as though this is on this channel, but
Yup.
I am the co-creator, and this here is the person who all made this happen.
It is me, Neroel.
It is Nermin, the Turtlex.
The Turtlex.
Yes.
Or the Vermin.
Or the Toxic Vermin. So, anyway, folks, you might have noticed there's not been many uploads on this channel. Why?
Especially for me.
Exactly. Well, yeah, that's kind of true. But why is there no uploads from me? Well, I did do a fighting animation, which is in the style of Robot Boy. Yeah.
Yes.
We don't want to rip off other shows, but anyway. Right, folks. What we're going to do today is we're going to explain a couple of stuffs, like as the video clearly says. It says a word from the developers.
Indeed. Because we're going to talk about a lot of things, like what is it about, mostly like everything you need to know about the show.
Indeed. So we'll try our best not to spoil anything of the pilot, because we are in progress of making the pilot, and at the very end of this video, during the credits, I'll show a sneak peek of the intro.
Indeed.
And it won't be too much footage, so you won't get spoiled anything.
Indeed.
Anyway, folks.
That's how it is.
Anyway, so we do have a good few people actually helping us out with the channel. For example,
yeah, every one of us has a job in this show. I guess we should pretty much talk first who the team is and what everyone is doing. So first off, let's introduce me. I'm Neroel. I am the original creator of the show, and the things I do is just, well, I'm the artist for the characters, I'm the writer for the show, I write the episodes, the stories, I do voice act a few characters, like the main character Neroel, Ricky Rocky. I do the music, well, I don't do the sounds, I do write lyrics for possible theatrical songs in it, or the intros. Then I'm also the creative director. I help the other developers out if they need something and check out their stories, and I do sing in the show.
Yeah.
Then we have Len. What do you do, Len?
Well, I am the co-creator of this cartoon series.
Yes.
We will discuss like the history of the channel, the history of this channel and the cartoon itself a minute, like maybe in a few minutes or so. But
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
We have to introduce the people.
Yeah.
So, what's your work?
What I do is I am the co-creator of this channel, which basically means I help Nermin out with whatever he's creating. So it's kind of like you create something, you're pretty proud of it, you need help, blah de blah, you know the story.
Yeah.
So this is the story, all about how I am the co-creator of the show.
Indeed.
And I made a rap just there, and I'm proud of myself. So anyway, what else do I do other than being the co-creator? Well, I am also an artist, like Nermin is. I'm also a writer for the show. A couple of these episodes I have done already, but we haven't done a lot because, I mean, the show is pretty much in pre-production as we speak right now, so after the pilot we might have to take a break and write a lot of episodes, then get probably more animators, or maybe I'll animate them, because that's another thing I wanted to say. I'm also the animator of the pilot.
Yeah, he's our main animator of the show.
Yeah, and by the way, before any of you say like, oh, wonder what he's animating it with, it is nothing special. I'm just doing it with paint.net. Yeah, no, it's not the best thing to use, but you know what? From what I've achieved with paint.net, I think I'm doing good so far.
He's doing really great work, and I'm proud of that, what he does.
Thanks, mate.
No props.
So yeah, I am the animator and I use paint.net. Don't worry though, I will I did say beforehand I would make hand-drawn animation. Now,
Yeah.
I would have done this, but the thing is, City of Neroel doesn't have a lot of production. I mean, it doesn't have like super hefty prices, like yeah, exactly, like the hand-drawn animation of SpongeBob, Ren and Stimpy, etc. I mean, we don't really have that, so we're just using Paint.net and a touchpad. That's all I'm doing, basically. Because I can't do jack shit with a mouse, so...
Yeah, no jig shot.
Exactly. Oh, jig shot, sorry. Oh, my language. Anyway, what else do I do? Well, I'm also the voice actor for Len, Stan, and a couple of other characters. I'm not going to spoil who else I'm going to do, because that actually goes into spoiler territory when I go into the pilot episode. But Stan is basically an American Labrador. Yes, an American Labrador.
Yes.
I kinda just found that out, and if you guys have been on my channel, in fact, that's him right there. That's him. That's him saying, "Hey Len, didn't forget about me." But yeah, that's basically Stan. So
Indeed.
yeah, so other characters we'll discuss later, I suppose. Anyway, I'm a voice actor. I'm also a music composer for the series.
Like he does the tunes.
Yeah, I do the tunes, and I actually after this video I'm gonna have to show Nermin the main theme that I recreated into a more classic and more SpongeBob, Ren and Stimpy-esque theme, which isn't heavy metal, and it's not really like the last one where it was like this. It was like like, not like that. It's more like calm, and well, at the start it's not really calm because that's because that's the time with the intro, but.
Yeah, that's another thing we will get to later, because there's something about the music production I want to discuss specifically.
Yeah, so...
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm also a creative director.
Yes, that means you're also reading my episodes and see if we can change something and do something better.
Yeah, so we basically help each other with the episodes, etc. And
we want to make it continuation,
Yeah, and I have to say, we've made a lot of really good episodes. I mean, I have one episode written up on my iPad, in my notes.
Me too.
Like on my iPad, I've got like a episode that I really feel proud of, and it has a lot of funny stuff in it. So can't wait for that. And you know what? I'm not saying we're the worst writers ever, but we're not gonna like make all this like, gross out here terrible stuff. So I mean, even if we are running out of ideas, we'll take a break and think of some more.
Yes.
At least I will.
We'll take our time with working on it. We're not like getting rushed by Nickelodeon or Viacom or something.
Yeah, exactly. And by the way, if the opportunity ever comes that they notice us, we'll think about it.
We'll think about it. I would rather be taken by Cartoon Network, Boomerang, or probably some European channels like Rick or something, because it would be a nice opportunity.
It would, or Boomerang, or
Indeed.
Pop, or Tiny Pop, or no, maybe not Tiny Pop, because Pop
even if Disney would like to have us, I would actually say yes.
Yeah, but I mean, saying that, I don't really think that would be like a good, like a big opportunity now, because I mean, well, we're still a small production channel. I mean, okay, is it Dark Turtle X Turtle X Productions? That's the owner of the show or something, or company.
That's the name exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, we are Turtle X Productions. We don't have a slogan yet, so you'll have to wait.
Indeed.
Anyway, I'm a creative director, animator. Like I said earlier, I'm an animator, and I'm also a sound direction guy.
Yeah, so that means he's searching out sound effects like something like that.
Like if say if Neroel falls from the ground, he's like stuff like that. And not only that, but I was actually thinking about maybe doing like recording my own sound effects from real life. I mean, it might not seem like a creative idea, but it kinda is. I mean,
kinda is like, I don't know if you ever watched the show Wiki the Viking. In this show, every sound effect was made by mouth. Let's say if someone falls down, it's like when someone lands on the floor, it's like.
That's a good thing actually. Like spiral move.
It actually works.
It's like Crash to Insanity and spiral move, kind of.
Yes.
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 Yes. Yes. Yes. No, okay.
Yeah. So that was Lennox's work. So
yeah.
We move on to Laszlo, who sadly couldn't join. You know, it would be nice if he would be there, but he doesn't have a too big role for the show. He is just a voice actor of himself.
Yep.
He's a music composer because he apparently has a keyboard which has different sound designs and loops he can use. Then he's also sound director, because with his keyboard he can do a pretty interesting sound like horror sound or some stuff like that. And he does a few jokes for the show.
Yeah, also, one thing I have to say about Laszlo, I mean, by the way, if you think that Laszlo might not get a big role, well, I guess kind of, but the thing is, he's actually one of the most fleshed out characters.
Yeah.
Like, he's actually one of the best characters and the most personality, if you ask me, because in the pilot, Laszlo is given quite a good role.
Laugh.
He is. Yep, and also one thing, the pilot might not be the best episode, but trust me, there will be better.
The ending, I have to admit, it's rushed, but we'll get to that later.
Not really, because I did something that made it even more epic.
Ah, okay. Anyway, then we have our third main member, because we're like 6 people, but 3 of us are the main guys who work a lot on the show. Then we have John.
Craig Felucci.
Yes.
I'm kidding. No, we don't actually have John Craig Felucci.
No, we don't have John Craig Felucci, even though I wouldn't let him do the show.
Nothing against the guy, nothing against John Craig Felucci. He was cool as rain, I have to admit. But I mean,
on the other hand, I have something against him.
Yeah, we all know.
He is a little bit of an ass, but well, I'm not going to talk about that now. Anyway, John, the guy who makes the Earth from Jim Fang game. He is one of the artists. He is one of the possible writers. I didn't ask him yet. He does the voice of himself. He's a creative director, and he will possibly be an animator, since he's the one who knows the most of us three how animating really works.
Yeah, and he also okay, here's the thing though. John has all the productions. He has all the stuff to make he has all the stuff to make animations, but the thing is, I have the time to do all this, but John doesn't, sadly. Why? Well, John is in a moment of his life where he has to make a lot of money, so you know what? He's also doing very well with the off-on Gym fan game, and hopefully it does good.
He does really good.
So anyway, that was
we're proud of it.
What else does he do? He's also a creative director as well.
Yes. Because he actually read the pilot and he said it was really good.
Yeah. Well,
anyway.
Has to watch the new...
the last 3 real members. Oh, yeah, what is it?
Oh, I said he has to read the new version.
Yes, indeed, because we redesigned it. Anyway.
Yeah.
Our last 3 members are Amago, Oscar, and possibly Wesley. And all 3 of them are just voice actors, and they come up with some jokes for the show if they can or want.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Amago. If you don't know who Amago is, Amago, the French Bandicoot. He's actually a French guy.
Yeah.
He's also got a YouTube channel where he let us on for a few episodes of his 24 Days of Amago series. He also let me on with one of his Let's Plays from Crash Bandicoot. There's also, I can't remember, but he did let Nermin on one time, but I think I was on like maybe 3 times, maybe, I don't know. But anyway, you should definitely subscribe to Amago. And then we have Oscar. If you don't know who Oscar is Crash Gangster.
Gangster.
Yeah, okay, I'm going to put a funny picture on I made of Crash Gangster. Okay, so here we have Crash Gangster. Crash Gangster is basically, well, he's a gangster, that's all you need to know, is basically the character of the show, basically, is the gangster.
He is, yeah, a pretty choleric character, so that means he's really angry.
Yeah.
But has its really good parts in the show.
Yeah,
and it made him overly angry like some other characters in some other TV show, cause it would cause problems with the character direction, and he should have more personality. That's why it made him all that angry.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like with the SpongeBob characters. I mean, after, like, SpongeBob beforehand, they did have their character traits. Like, for example, SpongeBob was annoying, Mr. Krabs was greedy. But if you look at some episodes, Mr. Krabs was greedy, but he actually felt sad because he gave away SpongeBob to the Flying Dutchman.
That's the idea.
See, so just because they have one character trait doesn't mean they have to do it all the time. I mean, you just can't stick to one character trait. You have to go from character to character. Like, for example, this here, Nermin just bucked, but he normally wouldn't have done that, so... Character traits. Anyway, Crash Gangster. By the way, these people we are mentioning will be in the description of the video also. I just wanted to say one thing. We will make biographies of the characters, like character cards.
Yes, I'm actually now working on that recently.
Yeah, like we'll probably put them in DeviantArt, which I'll put in the description to mine and Nermin's DeviantArt. And if you want, you can go and find Amago's, but I think Amago already has that on his channel, so... Yep. Anyway, so Wesley. Who is Wesley? Well, Wesley is...
Dragon.
What?
The British Dragon.
He's the British Hunter Dragon. Yeah. He's also a Spyro fan, just like me. So, I'll put a link in the description to Wesley as well. He's also a big Pokemon fan. I haven't really saw that many videos from him. Like, I saw like maybe a few, and they're pretty good. So you should probably go and subscribe to Wesley too. There's also a good couple of other people that might help us in the future, but we don't know.
It's most of the team members. We told you about all the team members now, and we will actually move on to the show now. What is the show? Where did the idea came from? What's the inspiration for it? Well, I can pretty much say how this show came to existence. Once, I don't know when it was, I think it was 2013, I had my mascot, Dark Turtle X, if somebody remembers him.
Yep. He was a skeleton pumpkin turtle. And I made it wasn't really a cartoon show, it was just a comic show called Adventure of Dark Turtle X. And it was a whole comic strip series, and it was about Dark Turtle X finding his origin, where does he came from which universe, and yeah, for some reason I scrapped the idea of it, and yeah, I changed it completely. It had the character Turtle X in it, but he wasn't a skeleton pumpkin. He wasn't a skeleton pumpkin turtle anymore, because after that I made the show Dark Turtle X Town, which was also only intended to be a comic, but I started thinking about the idea of probably making a cartoon show out of it, and this show was completely different. The main character, Dark Turtle X, did a whole new personality, a pretty, well, idiotic personality, and he was actually a normal turtle with, he was a demon turtle in this show. And the fun fact is, we're back, and... Okay, we're back now, because I just pressed the button now.
Okay. So, where exactly did we left off?
Sorry guys, just one thing I want to say is I'm actually eating an ice cream right now, so... Yeah. I don't know.
Okay, the thing I want to say was Dark Turtle X Town. It was the closest resemblance to City of Neroel, cause the main character was actually a devil turtle, And all the other characters, not all, but most of them were actually had their origin in Turtle's Town. And out of the show Turtle's Town, I made a spin-off show which was going to be called Mr. Pang. And well, this show never made it, and that's why Mr. Pang made it into the City of Neroel show, but we will talk about him later. Anyway, after I found out that Dark Turtle's Town seemed a little bit too stupid, I, for some reason, just drew a random character in November who was a devil. He had a quite different design the first time I drew him, but after I redesigned him, he looked really cool. For some reason, he even looked like a Sonic character, and I'm not kidding, he does. And that show was called City of Neroel. So, what exactly did the show City of Neroel, as the new one we're making right now, kept from these other shows where the origin started? Sorry? Okay. Everything from Dark Turtle's Town was carried over to City of Neroel, except the character wasn't a turtle demon anymore, he was a demon, just a demon. And the show was called City of Neroel. We also did change the story quite a bit. So I mean, I changed the story quite a bit, and me and Len did put in new and more and fresher characters into the show, and we tried actually. Here's the main thing: City of Neroel is based on real life occurrences most of the time. We also write some interesting adventure episodes which never happened, but most of the episodes are actually based on real life occurrences. That's what makes this one different rather than Dark Turtle's Town.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's basically it. That's how I created City of Neroel. At first I was only doing it on my own, and I thought, well, let's only make a comic series about it. Then for some reason I wanted to do a cartoon of it. I was totally obsessed with cartoons at that time, and I asked Len if he wants to join, and now Len can talk how that was.
Okay. So yeah, I'm just eating ice cream right now. Okay. Anyway, okay, folks. You might be wondering, where did we get the inspiration to make this show? Well, that's kind of hard to explain, seeing as though I don't know where Neroel got the inspiration from the show, but I can definitely tell you a few things why. Well, it's actually some of the Sonic cartoons, Earthworm Jim, not just video games. There was also Earthworm Jim, Sonic, Ren and Stimpy, My Life as a Teenage Robot, Robot Boy, yes, two robots, I know, and for the most part, actually SpongeBob. That's my side of the inspiration.
That's from Lennox side, indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah. What exactly do you, Len, carry over from these shows to City of Neroel?
Well, there are a few characters that I can really say, and then there's a few that I can't say because, well, the thing is, Lennox the Phoenix, or yeah, that's the name of the character. Anyway, Lennox the Phoenix. This isn't really a franchise. It's just more of a sub-series I have. I mean, I did make a lot of characters such as a main villain, a few side NPCs, a few other stuffs. I mean, there wasn't really that much. I mean, only Stan and Lennox were the ones that stood out, and the other characters never really got a chance. But I can reveal one character, and that is Shayla the Chinese Dragon. I want to put Shayla in this cartoon because I don't know why. I kind of felt a bit proud of her when I designed her, because yes, it's a she, because she was inspired from both Spyro, and American Dragon. So I wanted to add this character into the show sometime, but I'm not really going to see why. But the main villain, well, I can't really say anything about him either. But there are a lot of characters I do have drawn, and there's a lot of characters that will return. I mean,
I remember that good.
Yeah, but anyway, I won't spoil anything else because I feel like I'm spoiling a bit too much. But I'll probably censor some of the stuff that I've put in just so that you guys will have to wait, because maybe I'll have second thoughts. I don't know. Anyway.
Good. Then my side of inspiration. Okay. Like I said, everything was mostly based on the old Adventure of Dark Turtles show, and yeah, like I said, everything was carried over from Dark Turtles on, and basically nothing from Adventure of Dark Turtles. But my main inspiration for these shows were actually SpongeBob, in terms of the calm episodes. Most of them where they take just place in the house or in the in the job of Neroel, or probably also somewhere else, like in the town. They're mostly based on SpongeBob episodes because they're more calm and story-driven and have some surreal comedy. While most of the adventure episodes, they were either based on Adventure Time or uh, Alfred J. Quack, cause there are a lot of things from these shows I just carried over. Like in the Adventure Time, there's always like a funny adventure they're doing in a surreal and non-logical way, and that's exactly what I'm putting into this show. And in Alfred J. Quack, there's a lot of surreal adventures. And what is different about Alfred J. Quack is that the characters change from time to time, and that they have pretty serious dialogue sometimes. And what is it about Alfred J. Quack most of the time? The Alfred J. Quack stuffs, for example, the show has a lot of controversy, and I kinda will try to put a lot of controversy into City of Neroel, but in a more, not, yes, of course, we will put it into a more comedic way, but also in a way that teaches someone something. And
Indeed.
yeah, other inspirations, there isn't too much, to be honest. There's like probably Ren Stimpy in terms of the animation style, because like I said, it's surreal. And yeah, any other show? Well, I probably forgot to mention Alice in Wonderland. Strangely enough, it was an inspiration because I indeed put a lot of inspiration from Alice in Wonderland into the show, because most of the adventures in Alice in Wonderland are pretty what the fuck, and that's what I'm doing with this show. And yeah, any other show that I can't think of right now?
Yeah, I'm the same. I want to say that I have another inspiration, but I can't remember which one it was. But
me neither.
yeah,
I can't remember it seriously.
I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I know it. My world is also Earthworm Jim and Sonic, cause the most of the time the things I carried over from Sonic was Sonic the Adventures and Sonic Saturday cause Sonic the Adventures, from there I got the pretty stupid comedy, which was like Marsupilami, and from Sonic Saturday I took the dark stories which make sense, and the action scenes, and Earthworm Jim, comedy and parody, because City of Neroel is going to parody a lot of shit.
It will, and we actually have a very special episode planned. I mean,
Indeed.
literally the very moment I said we should do that episode, Nermin said, write that down. I'm not even kidding.
Yes,
you actually did say that.
That's actually true.
Anyway, the inspirations. Okay, so if you've ever saw some of my older animations, you might say to yourself, well, this looks like a fan-made. This just looks like something I made in school. Nope, not even close. In school, I wish I got to stay at home to make more, just so that I wish I got to stay off school just to make more for the City of Neroel. But like I said, school comes first, or like I just said, no, actually. Anyway, you might say to yourself, why is My Life as a Teenage Robot and Robot Boy going to be inspirations? Well, you might see Robot Boy has a very good art style, and the same goes for My Life as a Teenage Robot. I mean, you can see that in the background there's actually like simplified designs, just like in real life. Like if you see somebody from far away, you can actually see they're simplified and they're not really that detailed. And then we see like different things like the colour changing, stuff like that, and also the action sequences that I might put in the show. Trust me, there will be a lot of action sequences in the show. Well, maybe not a lot, seeing as though it is more slapstick than action, but Well, if we ever do get to make a special episode,
Well, yes, I have
if you
planned
get what
a
I
lot of
mean.
action stuffs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, yeah. The show. Oh, I forgot about it. Sonic, I think was it, and uh, Adventure Time. I got the action scenes from these shows, and of course Digimon and Dragon Ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and Asterix and Obelix. I forgot to mention this one.
Yep.
But well, I guess that was it for the inspiration. And now, what exactly is it about the show? I won't spoil it too much, but just a little quick look at it, because I mean, people. I should feel like people should know what exactly this is about, so that they can get interested into it or not interested into it.
Yeah, it's just really hard not to try and give away too much. It's really hard to try and not give away like too much so that it spoils. I mean, it's really hard not to.
Sorry. Hello?
Yeah.
Oh, you're still here, sorry.
Yeah, I'm still here. Anyway, Neroel will now explain where or what the show's about, because trust me, it's gonna be very hard to explain it without spoiling much.
Okay, so, it is about Neroel, the main character, who is, a demon, yeah?
Demon.
Who got banned from hell to the earth, and he got a house there in a city. We will never, by the way, say the name of the city. It's like a running joke. And yeah, the city is full of strange things, and Errol has to, well, how's it called? Do a lot of the adventures into this. Do a lot of the adventures. A lot of strange stuff just happens with his friends, Len, Laszlo, and Margo, Oscar, and his pets, Stan, Ricky, Rocky. All three of them. All three of them are not his pets, because Stan is the one from Len. But yeah, it's hard to say what the show is about. Len is just a friend of mine who is also in the town, and he lives next to next to Neroel and Laszlo. And yeah, all three of us do a lot of funny adventures. And there's Mago and Oscar. They both have a cookie bar where they sell cookies. And then there's a neighbor. He's called Mr. Gorney, and he's an angry character. And well, I don't want to spoil too much, but everyone has its fun moments and his own adventures, because I want to specifically make episodes for every character. Recently I've written a lot of episodes. There are episodes where there could be every character. There are episodes where there could be only these characters, and these ones there are some other episodes that don't even focus on the main character Neroel. They focus more on other characters.
Yeah. Also,
yeah,
I guess one thing we could probably explain is the biography of the characters. Okay, now on Nermin's DeviantArt. Yeah. By the way, can you upload these to DeviantArt?
I will do it, but I still have to write it.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess we can probably speak the biography.
Yes.
So we'll only say the main characters. For example,
Well,
Len.
the pets, Laszlo, Len, Neroel, Oscar, and the Mago. And Tommy, don't forget Tommy.
Stan, Mr. Peng, etc.
Yeah, these characters.
Anyway, we should start off with Neroel, should we?
Yes, I guess I explain Neroel, and you explain Len, and these the one characters you are familiar with the most.
Yep, so basically Neroel is pretty much
It's me.
It's pretty much you. I mean, it's pretty much you, like, it's you as a cartoon character. Len is pretty much me as a cartoon character as well. And by the way, my real name isn't Len. It's just my nickname, and it's also my character's name. It's just not because my real name is Lennox. If you want to know my full name, it's Lennox Hammond. And also Len is just the Lennox the Phoenix, and no, it is not a Tails rip-off. I tried my best not to rip off Tails, and I don't think I have, because that's just like saying Freedom Planet ripped off Sonic. So, yeah, you basically have that. Anyway.
Yeah, Neroel is, like we said, the main character of the show, and he's basically me. He has a silly character. He's a pretty silly character, and sometimes he can be pretty serious or also pretty mean, cause yeah, that's basically me. But I'm also nice and friendly and try to help other people, and yeah, that's basically my character. Sometimes I'm really dumb, and other times I'm serious. That's the character of Neroel, and he's careful. That's his character.
Yep, and later
How
on,
exactly is Len?
So Len. Well, Len is basically this. He's not really anything like. He's not like a Sonic character where he can do all these special moves. He's more like just a normal mascot. I mean, he doesn't have any abilities or powers or whatever. He's just a normal fox. He can't do anything. That's basically my character. It's kind of like Abe from Oddworld. He doesn't have any abilities. All he can do is just, well, okay, maybe in future episodes we might change a bit here and there. But the thing is, Len is basically an average person, like basically me in real life. He basically has to walk Stan. Except one thing. Okay, I'm still in high school, but Len actually has to go get a house. Now, I won't explain anything more than that because it might spoil something. But Len has to step into the world of his modern life, so to say.
Yeah.
So he's basically a very happy, cheery character, but he also gets himself into a lot of trouble sometimes by random accidents. And he's also trying to cope in a new series. Oh. Well.
Fuck this phone. Sorry.
Well, he's also trying to cope in a new place. So that's basically Len. He's pretty much the new. You know that guy that moved into your house a couple of days ago, or one of the houses in your street? Yeah, that's Len. That's all you need to know.
Len.
So yeah.
Yeah, then we have Laszlo, the raccoon. He is basically just my good friend Laszlo. His character is exactly the same. He wants you to join communism. He's pretty silly, and I mean overly silly. He does a lot of fourth wall breaking, and yeah, it's just Laszlo. There's barely something to say about him because he's exactly like him.
He's also a PC gamer.
Yes.
So yeah, Laszlo, there's like Nermin said, Laszlo is basically a communist, and he's also trying his very best to get people to join him. But it does result in some funny results.
Yeah, the pilot we have put in a lot of these jokes in.
We have. Anyway, the next character.
The next one is sheesh, who's the next character? The pets. We'll start off with the pets.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess you start with Stan.
Yep.
So, who's Stan, Len?
Well, Stan is my real life dog. Now, you might think to yourself, just because I'm Scottish, Stan would also be Scottish. No, he's actually from America. I just discovered this quite a while ago, actually. Like I said at the start of this video, Stan is actually from America. I don't know what part of America he's from, but he is an American dog. I can say that for sure. And
you just said South America?
I'm pretty sure it's South America, but
okay.
some Labradors don't look like Labradors in the UK. So Stan will have an American accent. He will also act like an American. No offense. I'm trying my best not to offend anyone. Okay, but yeah, like Stan. Like, well, what I mean by offending is like he acts like an American. I hope that wasn't an offense to anyone. But Anyway, Stan will basically act like an American. You know, he's like, oh hey guys, or something like that, and Len will sometimes speak in a Scottish accent, and then Stan's like, eh, what the hell are you talking about? And
Yeah.
then Stan, he's basically the pet dog. He's basically the loyal pet dog that gets himself into some trouble, and he also has a rivalry with a cat. Which I will later explain in an episode, but yeah, we've got time.
Yeah. Next character, it's Ricky and Rocky.
Yeah.
Those both are practically a duo. Ricky is a dog, and Ricky is a cat and Rocky is a dog. It's funny because both of these characters really exist and they have the same name. Because for some reason my grandpa gave them Ricky. My grandpa said that Ricky is the cat and Rocky is the dog. He gave him these names. And yeah, Ricky's more like a serious guy. He does a lot of fourth wall breaking like Laszlo. Actually, he does even more.
He's like the comic relief.
Yeah. And Ricky is one of the most recurring characters in the show, along with Rocky. Rocky is more the silly guy, a little goofball,
Yeah, like,
but also pretty calm.
yeah.
And yeah, practically there's much to say about it because Ricky is just like the intelligent guy and more like the stop with that shit, you idiot, even though he doesn't say shit. And Rocky, just like, woof woof, I think it's 5. I don't know. It's hard to explain these both. You have just to see the pilot to know how they are.
Yep, we've got a lot of expectations for this pilot. So anyway, I guess we could talk about a little bit more characters, but the thing is, I don't want to spoil away too much. Although, one thing the show has is
a few more, yeah.
Yeah, like one
we
thing.
We have Margot, Oscar, Mr. Peng, and Tommy.
Yeah, like that's.
And Mr. Gorney, but I don't think we should explain him.
Mr. Gorney, no, he's more like a mysterious guy thing.
Mysterious, angry neighbor.
Angry Beaver. I mean, Angry Neighbor, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, by the way, if you're thinking of Camp Laszlo because of Laszlo, that's actually his name. I'm not kidding. We didn't just make his name that so that it could be a thing in the show. It's actually like a reference to Camp Laszlo. It actually is his name. So yeah. So anyway, what else is there? Well, we do have a lot of other characters. We've explained Rocky, Ricky, Stan, Len, Neroel, Laszlo. What else is there? Well, there's
Mr.
also
Peng.
a few other. Yeah. Like some characters, like Nermin has said, there's actually some
Mr.
characters
Peng.
that are based on real life people.
Indeed.
Now, what are these characters? Well, I guess I'll let Neroel explain the next one.
Margot and Oscar.
Yeah, that's basically Margot and Oscar. If you haven't seen their YouTube channel, like I said, you should go and definitely see them. I did explain them an hour ago, like not an hour ago, but you know, like a long time ago, I should say.
Yeah.
And they're basically, Amago's like the crazy, funny, goofy, fun inside person that you would know. I mean, if you've seen Amago's videos, you would know what I mean. You would know what
Indeed.
I mean.
A crazy French guy.
Yeah, no offense, Amago. Don't kill him, Amago.
Insider.
Inside joke.
And like I said, Oscar is an angry person.
By the way, City of Neroel will be full to the brim with inside jokes. Now, don't worry, we'll try our best to make these jokes as outside funny as what they are inside. Now, one of these jokes would be, go, and something else.
Go.
And ding dong, who's standing at the door? Like something like that. Like,
yes, it's pop culture to be quite honest.
Yeah, and there's also hallelujah. So if you're one of these people that get these references, then you need a cookie. In fact, ask a mago. Ask a mago.
Give you a medal.
So yeah, if you know those references, then you'll have no problem with this show. You will definitely get the references, and you'll laugh as much as we did. So anyway.
Also a lot of secret adult humor.
Indeed, and there's also going to be an adult party cartoon in 3000. I'm joking.
Oh, don't forget one thing.
Yeah?
Slapstick.
Yeah, lipstick. No, slapstick. What the hell?
Slapstick.
Yeah. So that'll be the show's main focus, but there'll also be a couple of other mix and match genres, like My Life as a Teenage Robot actually mixed and matched slapstick and action. And when it was action, it was action. And when it was slapstick, it was freaking slapstick. So that's kind of like the direction we're going to take our show. Or
Like
the show.
Looney Tunes.
Yeah. Looney Tunes Unleashed.
Even pop culture from Looney Tunes will be in it. But anyway, I guess that was it with what the heck is this about, the show. Now we move on to how far are we with the production right now?
Well, as the animator, I can say I am just about done with the beginning. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the intro.
You might say to yourself, wait, what's going on? Will the show be fast? Like, will I be able to work on the show a lot? Yes, I do have a lot of time, so don't worry, I will work a lot on the show. Not only that, but I will also try my best to get as many episodes as done as quickly as possible, while still paying attention to detail. For example, the intro, I'm still doing the intro. What else is there? Well, there's also music. I've only done the intro, but in the pilot, I think we might have to borrow some production music from other shows, like maybe Ren and Stimpy. But saying that, that's only the one time. Yeah, like one time. That's the only time we're gonna do that. We will make original music. So yeah.
We will make original.
Yeah. By the way, if
but
you're a
also,
music composer,
I've written a lot of vocal songs I'm going to perform, since I'm a musician and I really know how to do that.
Nice.
Indeed. I've written like 10 songs now. 5 possible different intros for different seasons. And recently, just today, I have made a statement. Not a statement, but an idea. I will make every season a little bit gimmicky. Because like the first season is more like introduction season, the second one's more like adventure season, and you know.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So
yeah. How far are we with writing?
Yeah, we do have like 2 writers. That's me, and it also is like, who else is there? I think it's also John who's the writer of the show.
Yes.
So we have John, me, and Nermin. So we're all the writers of the show, and the writers are the people that matter most when it comes to making this cartoon. Not only that, but also the animators.
Indeed.
Which is me. So, well folks, I'm kinda trying to explain as much as we can without spoiling anything, but here's the thing. We go on and on about how we're doing our best with this pilot, but the thing is, when the heck is it actually going to come out? Well, we have a deadline. We have a deadline for summer of 2016.
Indeed.
So you might say to yourself, what time in summer? Well, summer vacation. Halfway through summer vacation, the beginning, I don't know. But at the very latest, we'll probably put it. Okay, our deadline at the very latest, we'll put it at autumn 2016. But our main deadline, if we happen to mess up something during the summer period, then we will put it in autumn. But if we happen to get it all done and finished, we'll put it in the summer. We'll put in summer vacation 2016. So you mustn't worry, folks, because this pilot is going to blow your mind. kind of.
Blow your mind.
So yeah. Well, folks, that's basically the deadline and all you need to know so far about the show.
Well, oh wait a second.
And now a word from the developer. I mean Nermin.
Sorry?
I said, and now a word from the creator. I mean Nermin.
Okay. This is a really important aspect now I have to discuss. Okay, guys?
He's in a cave, by the way.
Yes. Listen up very well. I need help with this show. Me and Len need help with that show. Cause there are a few things I need. And if someone really wants to do these things, he can join the show and work with us with these things. Cause there are a few things I need. I need a music composer, then a guy who designs some background characters. Then I need more voice actors for the show so that it's not only me and Len always. And I need someone who writes 5-minute stories. I give them any character they would like to write a story about, and they can write a 5-minute story. And this 5-minute story is going to be in between one long episode. So if anybody wants to do these things, feel free to join. You can do that. Just comment under this video or comment under one of my or Lance's videos, and we will see. It would be really nice if you would help us, cause make this project happen. Make this project good with us.
Yeah, I mean, we clearly need your help. I mean, if you design to help us, then you'll be one of our team, and you'll also be given the same credit as what we're giving everyone else. By the way, we won't be making any payments, so this is pretty much. No, okay, this is one thing I'll have to say. If you're wanting to make money, just like Planet Dolan does, then I'm sorry to say, but I don't know how to give out payments, and I have no idea and all that shit. It's all for fun. That's basically the show. It's all for passion and fun. So
it's not for money.
It's not for money. It's just fun.
A dream coming true.
Heck, even if it gets popular enough, you'll be marked down in history. So, so I don't know.
Indeed. Well, I guess that's it with this. Now to the very last part. What is to come next, guys? Well, I've written down a list of things that will happen on this YouTube channel the next time. Okay, first off, the pilot. There will be a goddamn freaking pilot soon. In the summer.
A goddamn freaking pilot.
Oh god. That's it, the pilot will be done soon. So in summer I mean, yeah. Like Lance said. This is one of the next things that will come. Then, here is the most interesting thing. I'm actually doing a spin-off comic series with Neroel. Anyway, then there will be a spin-off with the character Neroel, Rocky and Ricky, and probably some other characters being like in cameos like Len and Laszlo, Stan. But this comic is mostly going to be only about Stan. No, not Stan, I mean Neroel, Ricky, Rocky, and they're all doing some adventures. They're going to be like the Sonic Archive cartoons. More serious, more dark, more adventurous. And yeah, this comic will be most likely be on DeviantArt, and I might also do YouTube videos of this, like a slideshow where I also voice acted.
Yeah, so in the end, I have nothing to do with this, but I mean, you should still go support it anyway, because I mean, come on, I'm one of the best characters ever, man. No, nothing.
Yeah, you know, it will be like these Sonic comics, like where the characters appear in specific editions.
So it's like a three heroes do something without the help of other people. So yeah,
Yes.
I mean, if you liked some characters like Laszlo, Len, and a few other characters that want in the show, then you should still go and check out this comic. I mean, I definitely will. I definitely will, because I mean,
Thank you.
I can't wait for them right yet. Anyway.
Yeah. Then another thing that will happen, possibly after the pilot, special videos, which will be animations, probably just like short animations, or just short specials, like a Christmas special.
Yeah. So yeah, that's basically what's gonna happen. We're gonna make the pilot. We'll take some time off, probably during the autumn period of the world, or time of the year, autumn.
Halloween. Yeah.
Probably after maybe Buns Night, maybe no, not Buns Night. Freaking that's Scottish.
Bonfire.
Bonfire night, bonfire. So after the bonfire, we might come back for another a good few episodes, because during autumn we will make a lot of episodes, and guess what? We'll come back after with a Christmas special, or maybe a Happy New Year special. I don't know. And then in 2017, we'll come back with brand new episodes for your face.
And that's not it. There's even more stuff going to come. For example, there is a special series going to come. It's a show-off drawing video. I don't know how and when they're going to come, but we're going to show some art stuffs we're currently drawing, probably like character reactions to something, like face animations and that shit, and possibly like how to draw these and that characters.
Yeah.
And yeah, another thing is soundtracks. We will post soundtracks as long as we get to do some really good ones.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it, folks.
No, there's one thing.
Almost done.
That's the last thing is, if this does well and if I have the motivation, I might do also a video game spin-off.
Yeah.
I just don't know how it's going to be, how it's going to turn out. I do not know how it is going to be.
Well, we do have maybe RPG Maker, Game Maker, I don't know. But you know what? The cartoon's the main focus.
Yeah.
There will be...
The cartoon is in focus along with the comic, and yeah, these two things are just the main focus right now.
They are, I mean...
Yeah. Well, guys, last thing is we want to say goodbye to you.
So yeah, folks, one thing I have to say is, if you want to support this project, City of Neroel, hashtag Red Devil, I don't know, project, okay, okay, the project name beforehand, I'm not really sure if there was a project name like Project Neroel or something, was there?
Yep.
That was pretty much what it was called, Project Neroel. Kind of like Project Ukulele. Instead, we now have City of Neroel, which is pretty much the original name. It'll be a cartoon series. I've been promoting the hell out of this on my channel.
Indeed, he did, and I didn't do chick chat on my channel for specific reasons.
But anyway, folks, if you want to help us out, share this channel around.
Indeed. Help us with the project so it comes true.
Help us build the city. Literally.
Build the city!
We built this, okay.
I'm going to fix it.
I can fix it, okay. Anyway, folks, I think, wow, we've gotten to 1 hour now. I guess this can be a podcast.
It is like a podcast, indeed.
It kind of is. It's more like an info video than anything, but...
Last thing.
Yeah?
Last thing. Podcasts and Q&As. Feel free to ask us anything about the project. Anything under this video. We will do a Q&A video. We wouldn't try to spoil it if it's a question where, well, it's impossible to answer. But if you have any interesting questions about the show, just ask. And podcasts? This is a different thing. We may do cartoon podcasts on the show, like how we're going to animate it, how hard it is and that shit, and yeah, you know. Our character design, how hard is it to come up with a character and these things. Yeah, these two things are pretty interesting ideas. We could do that. Just if you like post questions. I would really like to see some questions, because it shows us that you're interested into the show.
Yeah, so that's it, folks.
Yeah,
We're trying our best to be the next best cartoon.
Short animation now.
Yeah, I mean, just because you might not see us on Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network, well, we're trying our best through YouTube. That's the main thing. We're trying our best to make this cartoon probably one of the best cartoons we've ever created. I mean, okay, this is probably the first cartoon I've ever created, but I did make a Sonic animation, and I have to say I freaking hate it, but other than that, folks, I have to say thank you for watching, and subscribe to City of Neroel, and help me...
Subscribe to Land256i.
Exactly, subscribe to Nermin's channel, Dark Turtle X, or Toxic Vermin, and...
And yeah.
I didn't think of this far, actually. I don't know what to say now.
Yeah.
So anyway, folks,
well,
yeah, this video wasn't as sorry.
Like Len said,
this video...
YouTube release. What? And I also thought about the possible Newgrounds release, but that's another thing for another video.
About the what?
A possible Newgrounds release.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but... Anyway,
that's for another video.
Yeah, so anyway, folks, City of Neroel will become a reality. We will make sure of that.
Indeed, and I hope you like the video.
Yeah, I hope you like this video. Hope it explained everything you probably wanted to know if you're not a fan of my channel and you just come over from my channel. Because most likely you would have. Because, I mean, a lot of people have been saying that my video's cool and they've came over to see my cartoon. Although some people have said, your cartoon looks amazing to me. Okay, the thing is, it isn't really my cartoon. I mean, okay, thank you for saying it looks awesome, but it's actually my work of animation. Okay, yes, maybe you can say my animations are good, but like I'm not sounding like an asshole as much as I can, but like all of it's created by Nermin. Okay, I'm half of it. It's pretty much like half and half. It's like two brothers. Nermin is Neroel and Lennox is Len. So basically it's like two things. I created half the world and he created half the world of City of Neroel, so it's kinda like I'm the co-creator. So I'm the co-creator, so yeah. Anyway, folks, City of Neroel. There's nothing else I can say.
Well, stay tuned for more updates.
Exactly, stay tuned. Hope you enjoyed this podcast. It'll take me so much hours to make. It's going to take ages.
Yeah, I'll try to fix the story if I can. A little bit more. And experiment with more sound and voice acting.
Yep, but one thing I have to say is we will try.
We will try.
That's the only thing I'm going to say. Let's try the best. So.
And the best around. Looking for the bird.
I can't remember the song again. Okay.
Me neither.
Anyway, folks, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more videos, Q&As, etc. Tell us what you think. Shut up, phone. Anyway, tell us what you think of this video, this podcast, whatever the hell it is. And I will see you in the next video coming to my channel, Dr. Lex's channel, or heck, even this channel.
Indeed.
So yeah, folks.
I have to.
One final thing I want to say is, goodbye!